A few weeks ago, I put up a video about a month ago now, and it was basically an accurate way to track your weight. That you're not doing these random weigh-ins and pulling up kind of uncomparable weights. Let's say you weigh in on a Monday in the morning after your before your breakfast, and you weigh in Friday evening after your dinner. Of course, you're going to have two different weigh-ins. If you did that on the Monday alone, you'd have two different weights. So what I did was I talked about the accurate way to track your calories, the importance of consistency within that. And when I spoke of consistency, it was even the down to the time of day, the clothes you're wearing, the scales you use, the floor that the scales are on, everything. So if you want to go, I'll link that video below, and that is basically just a run through of how you're going to track your weight, because a lot of the time people hit these calorie targets and they're not checking their weight, so they don't exactly know if they're bang on where they want to be. Do you know? So if you're tracking your calories and you're losing 6 pounds a week when really you shouldn't be losing it at that rate, then maybe your calories are wrong. If you're tracking your calories and you're not weighing in and you have a goal of weight loss and your weight's going up, it's not much good to you either. So tracking your weight is definitely a good tool alongside of tracking your food to see if you're going in the right direction. Because what's important is there is a huge trial and error part to this. So what I have today is two different cases. So this is a client who started back in April, and you can see his first weigh-in is up here on the 5th of April, and it's 242.1 pounds. Now, the consistency here has been unreal. So you can see on the left side of the screen, the dates, the day, the weigh-in. His consistency is perfect. What he's doing is he's weighing in before he takes a dump in the morning. He's weighing in after he takes a dump in the morning, if he does. He's weighing in before he eats, and he's weighing in presumably the same clothes every day, be it his jocks or whatever. He's weighing in pounds, which is very easy to track, and he's hitting that every day. Now, of course, I do say to everyone, look, if you can only get 4 days a week, that's perfect. But I'd rather see a minimum of 4 out of the 7 days. Now, what you can see here is we are taking his weekly averages. So you can see 242.8 here, and then he finishes on 237.8. So you can see there's a big drop there, but what we do is we go with the average, because of course there are going to be drops, and the average is 239.6. So taking the averages of his first 8 weeks, you can see he goes from 239.6 down to 236, 234. So there's a 3 pound jump, or pretty much 2.5 pound jump, a 2 pound jump, a 2 pound jump, a 3 pound jump, and he goes down in 2 to 3 pounds. Now for him, we wanted to find a sort of a sweet spot where he's dropping at a steady rate, but not too big of drops, because a big worry he had at the start was dropping a vast amount of weight and then not being able to hold on to that as time went on. So that was definitely important. The next thing I want to look at is the overall drop. So from averaging from week 1 to week 8, he is down 21.6 pounds basically. But if we look over here on the right, from heaviest weigh in to lightest weigh in, you can see he's down 25.5 pounds over on the right side of the screen. This fella has not tracked his calories one day. So that's the important thing here. Tracking calories isn't for everyone, but if you're not going to track calories and you have a weight loss goal, then what we need to do is we need to weigh in and see, are you actually on the right path? So usually with people who don't track calories, there's a few more check-ins, and people who really need to nail food, there are a lot more check-ins than I have been doing with this guy. But this guy has been kind of so super consistent. He's checked in on the food here or there. Do you know, I know he's not really under eating because there's no huge drops. It's always 2 to 3 pounds, and he has that to go. You know, if I was seeing a 6, 7 or 8 pound drop in a week, I'd be thinking, God, we really need to nail this, because these are too big a drops. It's unsustainable. Maybe you should count calories. But the interesting thing is he isn't. His activity has gone up. He's exercising 3 to 4 days a week. He's conscious of the food he eats. About, I'd say 80 to 90% of the food he eats are unrefined foods. He's trying to eat a lot of protein. And we haven't been too restrictive. Now he has, for his own sake, he's wanted to give up beer a little bit more, but I've never steered him away from that. And there's been a few nights in there that he's enjoyed and just got back on the track the next day. So that's important. The next person I want to show you is another guy of mine, and he actually does track calories, but I want to show you the difference. So there's always a trial and error component to this. So what you can see is his week 1 to week 4, he's currently on week 5 now. So his week 1 is 197.9 pounds, his week 2 is 196, and his week 3 is 197 again. So there was only less than a pound drop, and this guy also has a bit of weight to lose, and then it went up again on average. Then you see by week 4, we hit the nail on the head there with the 194.97. Because there is a trial and error. All of these calculations you do online are all going to be, I suppose, an estimation. And they can't perfectly tell you what calories you get. Even as some I do myself, I'm not going to hit the nail on the head. With some people, we get a bit lucky. We hit the same amount of calories we want to hit. With other people, we really, really need to just give it a chance for 2 or 3 weeks and then find out where you are and where you need to be. So you can see what was happening to this guy is on Mondays and Tuesdays, he was weighing in heavier from the weekend. So you see on the first Saturday and Sunday, he weighed in at 197, 196. Monday then, he shot back up over his average to 199 for the first 2 days before he dropped back down to 195. Then again, I said, okay, we're just weeding things out. That's fine. Week 3 came around, and you saw on Monday here, I'm going to just point at it here. Down at the bottom, you see Monday, Tuesday, he shot back up to 200 pounds, even though on Sunday and Saturday, he had weighed in 4 to 5 pounds less than that. So Monday and Tuesday were very heavy weigh-ins again. Wednesday, it didn't settle back to 197 until Wednesday, and then back down to 196 on Thursday. So what we saw there were his weekends were what's catching him. So it comes down to the type of person you are. Do you want to enjoy your weekends, or do you want to kind of hit the same level across the board? So he had sort of 2 options, and we kind of went with the latter because it suited his lifestyle, his work, and what he wanted to do more so. So Monday to Friday, he became a little bit more vigilant, and he gave time for that on the weekend. On the weekend, he still tracked food, but I just asked him one thing. I said, get protein in every meal. That's all I'm going to ask. If the calories go a bit up, they go a bit up, but let's really control Monday to Friday. And that seemed to work for him because at the start of week 4, again, we see that the average has gone down 3 pounds, and it's going to go down again because he's en route to go down again. I suppose what we need to recognize here is it isn't a one size fits all. So for other people, I could have just said, okay, what we're going to do calorie wise is drop this much off every day and just try hit the same Monday through Sunday, or try average it out Monday through Sunday. But what works for this guy is being vigilant Monday to Friday, extra vigilant. So creating a bigger deficit, giving yourself those calories for the weekend and enjoying the weekend and having a few beers and being able to socialize. So again, we look at the vast difference between someone who's tracking, not tracking, and how there's still that trial and error component and how you can progress with both, but sometimes it just takes a few weeks. I think that's really important as well. So I hope, if anything, that. And again, I'll link the video below just explaining how to go about weighing in every day and getting your averages. But it's pretty self-explanatory. I hope this has shown you that if your goal is weight loss, fat loss, or weight gain or maintenance, you're really shooting in the dark unless you are actually tracking your weight and tracking it accurately, consistently, and looking from week to week, month to month, phase to phase to see if you're going on that right slope. Because again, for women, it's different. I've gone over this before. I did it in the last video. But it's important to look at the big picture and not just take one weigh-in on an isolated day and take that as gospel for the rest of the week. So I hope this has helped, and I hope to do more sort of case studies like this on clients as well. And that's